All right. So, how do we call you? We call you DJ Ness. Do we go?
So
what do your friends call you?
So my family my name is Nesreen. My family calls me Nunu. In Arabic, that means tiny, and I'm the tiniest one of my family. So Nunu, and it's Nunu, not EW.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, people just call me Ness at this point.
Oh, right.
At this point in my life, we've gotten to just Ness.
Ness. That's
Yeah.
like the overall. It seems like that's the easiest.
Yeah, Ness.
That's awesome.
Some people try to do the Nessie. I'm like, no, I'm not 5, just Ness.
So I came across you, I think, through like the Owl Club and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I know we've probably seen each other at country concerts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, because between us both, I think we've gone to just about every single one out there. I don't think either of us have missed one. So I know we've come across each other like from 1019 The Wolf.
Yes.
When it was out there.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy that's gone.
I know. It was sad seeing everybody's posts when they closed down. But yeah, that's kind of how we came across each other and think we really connected at Owl Club.
I know, Owl Club. That's funny. Like the Owl Club seems to be like the home base where I connect with the most people. Like
yeah.
And then we end up doing a bunch of different things all over the place. But it always seems to be that home base.
Yep.
Kind of. I've been through there. I've probably like longer than I care to admit. You know, it was just a spot like that was always.
Oh, that's my town bar. Like I live in Yuba City, which is about 45 minutes away. And even before I started working there, I literally was in there every week.
Oh wow!
Like even when I wasn't working in the area, like I would just drive from Yuba City to go hang out with everybody, like Sunday Fun Day, and like we would literally just go to Owl Club and just spend all day there.
No.
Like I wouldn't even be drinking; I'd just be chilling there because it's like everybody has their town bar. That's my bar.
Yeah,
love that
place. Ever since like I don't know if you know Mark and Lorraine. Yeah. Ever since I met them, they're some of the nicest people ever.
Oh, they're so great. And then I love what Brandon did with the place.
Absolutely.
Brandon
I will
did
say,
awesome.
He just totally knocked it out of the park. I think.
Oh, absolutely. I literally feel like I'm walking into a little piece of Nashville when I'm walking in there. I really feel like that. Yeah.
And actually, I will say we are in Nashville right now currently.
Yes,
and
we are.
You're here visiting.
I'm here visiting,
a couple friends with you right now.
Yeah, so I actually had a friend, Dawn, who I grew up with, 20 years of friendship. She moved out here a few years ago, and I was actually out here originally, 3 years ago? About 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I came out here for my birthday for a whole week. Lauren was living with her, so that's how I met Lauren, and then I met Amber through them as well. And it's kind of just come like an annual shout out to my Nashville peeps. Yeah. But yeah, I it's just like an annual trip I do for myself. Like I'm so busy, especially now I'm so busy. I don't say no to anything.
Yeah.
So I have to give myself that little trip. So that Nashville is that like getaway for me where I can like freely drink. I don't get drunk. People they'll say otherwise. If people at Owl Club, no, I don't get drunk. I don't. I try not to. I drink, but I won't get drunk. So like when I come out here, I get drunk. I'm going hard. I'm going all out. I will go all out.
I'm sure there's a night or two.
Give me all the green tea.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. And that's funny. You're a DJ back at home. I know you do other stuff as well, but it's funny as a musician, and same with the DJ. We work on the weekends. We're always,
Taking this weekend off was actually really hard. Really? It was really hard for me to take this. Like I said, I don't like saying no to things. Mm-hmm. And I officially recently just became the official resident DJ for Owl Club. I've been there since January. And so it's just me there on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. But then I'll help Brandon book for the nights that I'm not there. And
cool.
It was really hard to actually take a weekend off and not work because I'm just always on the go. But it was definitely worth
that's awesome.
Coming out here for.
I saw your Instagram. You had just this big list of shows. And
my October calendar. Yeah, I think at this point I'm pretty much booked up till the end of the year.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm getting there with next year too, with wedding season next year. I'm pretty booked up. So it's usually April, May is where I start getting booked up.
Yeah.
And then it just goes through the rest of the year. It's just it's always the first 3 or 4 months are just really, really slow, and then it just picks up after that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess as a DJ, was there a moment when you were younger? Let's go back to the beginning.
So
what got you into it?
I grew up loving dance.
Okay.
So I always loved music. My sister's a singer. Between us both, we've auditioned for shows and whatnot. And so I remember partying out in Chico, California. That's where my sister, that's where all my party days started. My sister and my brother-in-law live out there. And so my brother-in-law and his buddies back in 2009, they started up their DJ company. Is actually the first time I went out there to stay with them was the launch of their DJ business.
Okay, cool.
And I always thought it was cool, but I actually, from about, I think I want to say like 16, 17 up till now, I always partied with everyone downtown Sacramento. And so I know a lot of the DJs in downtown Sacramento, and they're badass. I hope to get to their level, one day. But there's like, I used to do promotions too. So like, how there's those promoting companies where they pay you to bring people in and party and whatnot. So I kind of got into that. Yeah. And that's where like I was really, more in with the DJs, and a couple of them who I became close with were always like, you need a DJ, like you need to start, need to get into it. But I always said no, because I wasn't my thing. I was more focused on like dancing and whatnot. I actually didn't know what I wanted to do at that time.
Okay.
But then 2013, I actually started getting into the real estate industry. And so first 2.5 years, I did all kinds of marketing stuff. And then from that job, I actually went and worked for a friend of mine at the time who did real estate. And she actually, it's a female DJ. She DJ'd for 15, almost 20 years. And she had a whole company where at one point, she was legit. And at one point, she had 300 DJs working for her.
Whoa.
I came into her life. We had always been friends. Yeah. And so then I came into her life professionally. So I became her real estate assistant, executive assistant at one point. When she opened up her own office, I was her office manager. I ran everything for her, helped her build up the whole company. I also was running her whole DJ company. And so like managing all the bookings, all the DJs, like all the equipment, everything. And the very first gig she invited me to, I also do photography. So I do a little bit of everything. I also did photography. And so she needed a photographer for Opera House Saloon because she was there every week doing their line dancing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she needed a photographer, and that's where I came in, and she needed to go take a bathroom break. And she was like, you just need to do this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like super basic, super easy. And so just from that point on, is when I started like getting into it, and she started showing me all the little things. And I did my first private event. I did the bar with her, but then I did my first private event. It was a 50th birthday party, and just like seeing everybody like, getting out there and just having a good time and enjoying, like it was a different feeling, totally different feeling. So yeah, 7 years now.
Wow. That's quite a journey to get to.
Yeah.
A lot of different steps.
Took a lot of steps.
But that's great. I mean, it probably gave you a good foundation doing all these different things, like
it did.
Organization and stuff. Do you find like the marketing, I would think, the stuff like that for real estate, it can obviously be applied towards
I love it.
Promoting yourself.
Yeah. So my DJ business is actually, I built it a lot with, I keep hitting the mic. I'm sorry.
You're good. Don't worry.
My DJ business really, I built my name and my brand from real estate because, so I'm actually chair for the Sacramento Association of Realtors. I am chair for their YPN committee, the Young Professionals Network. So I DJ'd a lot of events for the association.
Oh, awesome.
And that's just where I built the brand and the name, and that's how people know DJ Ness. Yeah. A lot of people actually know me for that and not real estate. They like forget what I do in real estate because they're like, you're a DJ. Wait, but what do you do in real estate again? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I built my DJ business a lot with the real estate industry, which is really great.
That you had that. I have noticed like through your social media and stuff, you have a bunch of different things, and I was always trying to figure out exactly. Wait, yeah, she is. I was one of those people. Yeah. She DJs. But then she's at these events, and I know she's representing this company. It always seems like you're always on the go. Like that's.
Yep, that is my life.
Yeah, I'm sure your friends can confirm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Every time I'm talking to them, what are you doing? Oh, I'm working.
Yeah,
going here, going there. Like
entrepreneurial mind. It's just.
I've been working since I was 9 years old. Started with family business. My family owned a lot of restaurants. So I actually started in the food industry, and then I went and worked for a casino for 2 years. And then after that, went into the real estate and then the DJ world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, like coming up doing restaurants, that's a whole different. Did that kind of inform like, oh, I want to run my own thing, or was that just because of the family?
Yeah, because my parents really, I don't know the right word to use, but because of them, I know how to manage a business. Like I've opened up. I mean, for my friend who had a real estate business her office that she opened up, I opened up the whole office for her. I helped her with hiring and training people. But my parents definitely, they taught me business management. Everything. They taught me literally everything I know about business at this point. So yeah, all the good and the bad. All the good and the bad.
Oh yeah, especially like family businesses, you see a little bit of everything.
I love my family, but would I ever work with them again? I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
At this point now, because I've become very independent. Yeah. So to work with them, it had to take a lot.
Yeah, some families can do it. I don't know that I could do it. With family, I love my family, 100%. Dad did great for what he was doing. Like, he was he was the president actually of Yuba College. Yeah.
Yuba City.
Yeah, Yuba City. A little bit of connection there, but he ended up doing that, and he was a high school dropout, like, way back when he was young. And then it's funny, he fell out of a tree, and then he's like, I gotta go back to school. So he ended up in education, the one thing he tried to escape. But
see, my parents came from a different country.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they came from a different country, and they ended up in Manteca.
Did they go straight there, or?
Mm-hmm. They went straight from Jordan to Manteca, and grew up there, and went to school. My mom went to school, Stockton. No, Manteca High. I think my dad went to Stockton. I'm terrible at this. Anyways, so they went to Manteca and Stockton and grew up out in California from like ages. I think my dad came when he was 18 and my mom was 9 years old. So she came out a lot sooner than my dad. But yeah, and then they went into my grandparents' restaurants and everything. So that's kind of how that happened.
There's always like so I guess they're that first generation like coming here to America. Mm-hmm. Like there always seems to be a certain kind of work ethic. It's a little bit different, than the generation. Yeah. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes it carries on, and
I'd like to say it carried on with me. I don't know about. Yeah. I mean, my siblings probably. I love my siblings, but more me. I think because I actually listened.
You're paying attention to how things.
Yeah.
How does this all work? And
right.
I'm gonna apply this to what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Where did they come from?
Jordan.
Oh wow.
Back in the Middle East, Amman, Jordan.
Oh wow. Yeah. Do they tell stories of that, or
they do? Yeah.
Like, what was it? Just getting out of that?
Just an opportunity to come out to California. Yeah, cool. To come into the States. Yeah, just that opportunity. I know my dad. He played on the professional soccer team for Jordan.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then he had an opportunity to come out here, get married to my mom, start a family. So.
Oh wow.
Here we are today.
Yeah. Now you're here carrying on.
Yep.
Carrying on. That's great. So DJing, now that you've got into it and you're what kind of stuff do you like doing mostly? Like, is it mostly like I know you do the Owl Club, you're the resident.
So Owl Club is the only bar that I work at.
Okay.
And I'm perfectly fine with that because I love the Owl Club.
It works at a great pace and everyone is so cool there.
Yeah. And it's literally family walking in there. Like I know everybody inside and out of that place. Even the regulars. I've become so close with a lot of the regulars in there. Yourself for one. Yeah. But I mean, I've worked at a few other bars in the past years and unfortunately I've come across, just bad things have happened and I've learned my lesson and I see I find what I like and what I don't like. So I prefer Owl Club because I know everybody there feel safe. I know everybody I'm taken care of, and then aside from that, I stick to the private events because everyone's like, because it's more money. But I mean, yes, and that's really nice. But I am very interactive. I mean, I'm sure you've walked in the Owl Club and you will see me on the dance floor with everybody. Yeah. I'm that DJ. Yeah. I'm that person. So that's how I get the crowd going. Like it's that personal, it's that interaction.
Yeah.
With everybody, with the clients. Like I love that.
Yeah, I've seen you out there, and like you're always talking to everyone.
Yeah.
It's never like this like vibe of like, you know, some DJs are very standoffish, don't talk to me.
Yep, they'll sit in their booth. They'll expect people to, you know, bring them drinks or whatever they prefer. Like I don't like to drink when I'm working. I do every now and then, but I don't get too crazy with it. You know, not that I need it, but it's just nice to like, you know, get out there and be different and like interact with everybody. Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm kind of the same way when I'm performing. I don't. Everyone looks at me crazy, like, "Oh, you want a shot? You want this?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, after."
Yeah,
Like if I do it, it's like right before, like that's it.
Yeah,
like,
and the bar, and like I like because the bartenders know no one brings up a drink to me unless it's them or I go grab it myself. Which normally I use that excuse to get out of my little box and go grab my drink. So.
Yeah, so I kind of get this thing with some DJs that I feel like they almost play not to the room, and they always just, it drives me crazy. When you find a good DJ like yourself,
Thank you.
I had a couple friends of mine that do really good stuff like in Reno and the Bay Area. I have a cousin in the kind of San Francisco, Santa Rosa. He's like booked literally solid throughout the entire year. I was like, how does he go to Disneyland like every single month with his kids? This is like, gotta cost a fortune. And then I found out he's like, oh yeah, I'm booked out. Like this was in February. I'm booked all the way till next year.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, like you're like, okay.
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
You know, guys that play to like the client or the room and stuff. I feel like a lot of guys and girls, sometimes they don't do that.
Yeah, like I know walking into Owl Club, like Brandon likes it to be country pop.
Yeah.
In top 40 with alternative in there. Yeah. And it totally works. Especially for that area, there's no bar there that does that. No. I'll throw in hip hop. We don't like to get crazy in there, but you know, because it's a dive bar, it's chill and everything. Obviously, we want people to dance, but I just kind of go up based off of what I know I'm supposed to be playing, and then I'll just throw in, you know, what works, what's getting people dancing. If nobody wants to dance, and I just kind of read off of the crowd, like what are they feeling, like what do they want to listen to. I can go straight from like really hype song to a little bit slower song, and like, you know, people just you know, if they don't like it, switch it out. But never seems to be a problem.
no, for sure. And I love what they do there with when they were doing the silent disco and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I always laugh at the people dancing, but because no one dances that way.
People watch.
Oh, that's the best time.
It's
I
the
love
best.
Silent disco.
Yeah.
Like even myself, I'll catch myself like just lost.
I remember watching you were just sitting there at the bar and you're just like just doing this. You're just bobbing your head.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not just by myself, just having a beer, like unwinding after playing a bunch and just like
it's fun, like for the DJs, because I feel like gives each of us like it's like competition for us. Like, oh, I got more people listening to my station. I know people listen to my station because they've got blue on, or you know, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, the headphones they change colors like. Yeah. So there could be up to 3 DJs, right?
Up to 3 DJs. Each DJ is like we have a EDM DJ, we have the top 40 with some country, and then you got throwbacks. Well, it's on Thursday, so throwbacks. So like, you know, it's just whichever one is playing a good song at the time, you just flip the switch.
You can always tell. I mean, there's always like a group of girls or guys like that just they're losing it on the dance floor. They're just
if you see the older crowd in there, they're listening to throwbacks.
Oh yeah.
There's one guy we got that comes in who loves the Humpty Dance.
Oh.
Every time I throw it on, that's all you hear is him just screaming at the top of his lungs, singing the Humpty Dance.
He knows all the words.
Knows every single word, every single one.
Oh man, yeah, that's got to be fun though. Especially it's a different setting as opposed to just a regular DJ thing.
Yeah.
You know? You really are. It almost feels kind of personal because you're like right in their ears. Like, so you can change the wave of how the vibe is going to go real easily. And I love that competition thing because you're other DJs and I catch myself like, oh, what are they listening to? Like,
I mean, even like, and each of us DJs usually will have a pair of headphones with us. So like, I like to like go on and listen. I'm like, oh, this is a good song. So I'll sit there and jam like while my song is playing. I'm like, jamming another DJ song. I
love that.
Got a good song on.
And I always inevitably hear some group that's just like, man, I didn't think this was going to be that fun. I'm just having so much fun doing this.
People always talk shit about silent disco.
They do.
They really do. They're just like, this is bullshit. I want to listen to like just regular music. Like I don't want to put headphones on my head. I'm like, oh, sorry, not sorry.
yeah, no. Everyone else is having a good time. You see these people going crazy?
I get people that come up and they're like, can I request a song? I'm like, sure. Like I'll take requests because that helps me understand what they're listening to. But I'm like, you got to keep it to this genre. And then they just say something that's not even on my rank. And I'm like, you're going to have to ask that guy.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's him. You got to walk out there and talk to him about that.
Oh, man. So we've been talking about DJing, but you do obviously do a bunch of other stuff as well. Like, are you still currently doing
I work full time Monday through Friday. I work for a real estate company. I'm a marketing coordinator. So I coordinate all of our like newsletter content, our press content. I help coordinate all the events, all that good stuff. Like we just had a big conference in Tahoe. Awesome. That was my first big event with the company. I've been with the company for almost 2 years. I actually started in a different department, and then back in May, they offered me the marketing position. And I was really excited to get back into marketing because that is like my jam. Okay. That's my niche right there.
Yeah,
it's everything marketing because my first 2.5 years of being in the real estate industry, I did like graphic designing, web designing, photos, videos. Like we had a full-on media center. So I worked with green screen. I did a whole lot of stuff. And that was all for real estate agents. And so I did banner work and,
that's huge.
Whole lot of stuff. Yeah, and it was cool because we did all that for free for the agents. So that was fun. But yeah, and I left that and went on to do a few other things.
Yeah.
I've helped 2 friends open up their own brokerages. Oh. I've ran an office. I did a lot of training last year with the company I'm with now. This year we had our big like 3-day company summit in Reno, and I actually helped teach my first class. Yeah. So that was big for me. That's great. It was the largest class I've like taught.
Do you like teaching? Is that?
It's so funny. Like even with DJing, like I absolutely hate being on the mic. Like right now, this is fine because it's just us and we're just talking. Yeah. But
just friends.
I had a little episode back in 5th grade.
Oh no,
I
you know it exactly.
This. Yeah. So, this is embarrassing, but back in 5th grade, we were saying goodbye to a teacher who was just like, he was retiring. He was one of those very well-known teachers. Mm-hmm. Everybody loved him. He was one of my favorite teachers. And they asked me and another student to present our present to him that the whole school bought for him. And there was this cute boy standing right in front row.
This cute boy.
It was my first time. Yeah, my first time being. It's always a cute guy. But I remember seeing him, and he actually was my neighbor too growing up. So it was just really funny. He's like that older brother of my friend who lived next to me that was just super cute and was sitting in front row at the time. And I was already nervous because I've never talked on a mic. I'm not kidding when I say this. Mic drop, ran out in front of the whole school crying.
Oh no.
Yeah, so.
Oh no.
So yeah, I've always hated being on the mic, and then I started DJing, and I was like, oh, you mean I actually have to talk on this thing? Do I have to? I'll pay somebody else to do this for me.
Yeah. Someone else can MC.
But actually, a couple years ago, it was a friend's wedding. Where I've like felt myself getting on the mic without shaking for the first time. Okay. So I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm comfortable. Yeah, but like they're like even like at the bar, I get scared. Like I'll have my mic set up. I'm like, I won't call out.
Still down?
I don't have to. The bar is a little bit different though compared to like doing a wedding or a birthday or anniversary, like doing a private event. The bar is totally different. You really do have people judging you there.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not off a script or a timeline. I'm just like I gotta like randomly talk like last call, or like do a birthday shout out or something. I'm like, yeah, this isn't fun. Oh, I don't like being on the mic, but
I mean, you're not the only one. I have my friend up in Reno who does the big rooms there. Every time, even just to do the last call, it's like this big buildup of like, oh man, okay.
So when I taught that class, I was looking at my manager at the time. I'm like, do I have to do I have to like walk around with the mic? Like, I feel I'm going to do something wrong. I'm going to drop the mic. So I ended up just standing at the podium and like, you know, doing my introduction and stuff. Not like I had to talk a whole lot, but it was still the idea of it. But it felt good because I had a lot of people come up and compliment me because, you know, my manager decided to call me out and say, oh, yeah, this is Nesrine's first big class. Let's give her a hand. I'm like, yeah. Way to make me nervous before we get started. Like, thanks, man. But it wasn't too bad. But yeah, so then we did our big conference on Thursday in Tahoe, and that was a lot of fun to be a part of. That was my, like I was saying, my first big event with the company. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, I'm going to be helping out with them on a lot of stuff like that. And aside from the real estate industry, I do photography. It's more of a hobby now. A lot of people forget that I do that. But I do it. Yeah.
You're like,
so
I do it.
I still do it. It's more of a hobby. When I was doing it, I'm used to doing like professional headshots in real estate, you know, like the houses and stuff. So I've actually started getting into more portraits and landscape. Like one of my best friends, Caitlin, just had her 30th birthday in July. So we took her downtown Sacramento, did a whole bunch of like 30th birthday photos and stuff like that for her. But yeah, doing that. I'm like, what else do I do that I'm forgetting?
What else does
Guys,
she do?
help me out. What else do I do?
Like, speaking of photography, because I do photography as well, but what are you using, I guess? Like,
so I have a Nikon D810. Okay. I'm Nikon all the way. Nikon or Sony. Too. I'm a brand whore.
Okay, so you're.
But it's important. It's very important. People are like, "Oh, you're a brand whore," blah blah blah. I'm like, it's really more.
Gotta represent.
Gotta represent, but it's also like it's the quality. Like no offense to Canon users. If you're a Canon user,
there's a Canon right there. It's right.
Didn't even notice I was even standing there. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I just don't prefer Canons.
No, for sure. I mean,
Everybody has their.
I mean, I have Sony's. I've had Nikon. I've had them.
Yeah,
all,
everybody has their preference. Like even with like DJing, like there are DJs out there who still prefer using vinyl, which is badass. And I wish I could do that. But I'm like, no, I just got this controller. This is what I started with. I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah. And do you still find people that are pretty still adamant about using the vinyl and stuff?
Oh
like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think that is so cool though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's awesome. I'm actually DJing a big housewarming coming up for a family friend next weekend, and I found out that her husband used to DJ, and he was talking to me about how like it used to be so hard back in the day with vinyl, and it's not like it is today where it's digital and it's easy to switch out stuff. So
that's cool. Yeah. No, for sure. I know. Well, obviously, like the records have come back into play over the years,
which is really cool. It's trending now. It's coming back.
That's
like
great.
I see. Like I'll see on Instagram.
There's a
or
plant
something
here, right? Didn't Third Man Records? Didn't they like Jack White like buy like a record plant?
I feel like you two would know that. You guys live out here.
Third Man Records. Yeah. I've been over there, but I don't know if that's where the plant is. But I know he like bought the plant, like Jack White from the White Stripes, like, and then just presses like vinyl for all his projects and for other people. That's cool. You can hire. But no, I was just curious. But I mean, photography is like with Nikon and stuff. I always see their stuff in all the fashion stuff. It's usually like that go-to brand. I use Canon because I was doing actually did more video work first than more than photography. Yeah. So like they kind of forced the industry's hand as far as like video, because they randomly in the 5D put video in it, you know, and then that sent everyone to video and like, let's buy all these cameras and stuff. So that's why I always had started with a Canon. But I mean, I've seen the technology has come so far, and it's so affordable now. You know, if you although I will say, you still need someone that knows what they're doing. You do. I run into this all the time when I'm taking photos for like promo for myself or like brand. Like I just got these pickups in my base that they just started endorsing me. I saw that. Nice. Oh man, I need to take photos, but I need to have someone take them. Yeah. And if I have my friends do it, and no offense to my friends, I still need you to take photos of me sometimes. But I one time did a shoot and all the photos were out of focus. Sometimes like, you just got to do things yourself. Yeah, and that's why like I do a lot of the stuff. I actually just got a new remote, and I do all this stuff on my own because that's how I started. And I've heard me talk about it on the podcast before, where Like I got tired of the photographers at the time in my bands that I was in. I saw that social media, and you probably saw it too, that social media was going to take over everyone's life. I saw it like back in 2009, and I was like, we need to take band photos like all the time because we're going to need them. We're going to need them. Yeah. Like new stuff because people are going to get tired of it. And so like, photographers back then were like, all right, it's going to be like, this many weeks till you get them. I'm like, well, we're ready to take new ones.
Being a photographer, like I hear other photographers like tell their people or their clients that it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks. I'm like,
you're just going to put it in Lightroom.
You got to be real busy to get your clients their photos that late. I feel like that is late. I'm like, give me like a week, at least a week.
Yeah,
but like normally it was always like 24 to 48 hours you should expect your photos.
Yeah.
It's not like that now.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll work on a shoot.
You must be really OCD in taking your time on these photos.
Yeah,
or you're just super busy.
You'd have to be shooting constantly, like every weekend, all the time to be.
Yeah.
And that's what drove me crazy. So I was just like, oh, I'm going to buy camera stuff. I sold stuff and then, got a remote that I triggered with, and I'd put it on timer. It's before I had like a dedicated remote.
Even the iPhone's got a timer on it now.
Oh, I know. That's what I tell people.
Thing.
Like, they're like, what camera should I get? I'm like, what can you afford? I can't afford anything. But they have like the new iPhone. I'm like,
yeah.
That's a great camera.
Yeah, Android has it.
Yeah, Android's got to have it. Come on.
I like giving her crap because all of us have iPhones, and when we're in our group text messages, this girl gets them too late.
I don't understand y'all OCD about green messages and blue messages. Who cares what color it is?
I mean,
it's
true. Yeah, exactly.
We got iPhone. This is an iPhone household. I'm sorry.
Literally, I have the AirPods. It's so funny because me and my coworkers were playing this game last week, and it was something about I think the words literally said brand whore, and they were like, you have to figure out whoever reads the card, like everybody has to figure out who that card goes to. When it came to that one, they were like, it's Ness. She's got Apple AirPods, she's got an Apple MacBook, Apple iPhone, everything is Apple. She's got the watch, everything. I'm like, yeah, whatever, guys. Whatever.
That's great. I mean, it's good. I mean, the good thing about having everything in one, it all works together.
I'm OCD. It all has to sync in together. It has to work.
That's why I had AirPods, but they finally broke. I wore them out. I got to get new ones. But yeah, same. Got Apple stuff. Got an iPad right here.
Right there. Right. You see it. Yep.
No, for sure. No, that's crazy. I mean, I didn't realize you did photography as well. Like, that's how do you keep it all going? Because I'm always curious because I do it. Like how. It seems crazy to people that you're like, oh yeah, I do this, and they're just
people literally like, how do you do it? I'm like, well, a couple things. I'm single. I got no one to answer to. Yeah. That'll do it. Yeah, no, I don't have anybody to answer to. I don't like to say no. I like I like you were saying earlier, I'm an entrepreneur. I like to. I always used to hate that word too for some reason, but I just
so many people used it just freely without.
It's
actually meaning that.
Yeah, and I mean. Making money is always nice, but I legit love what I do. People always ask me, which one do you like more, DJing or real estate? I'm like which one would you do full time? I can't. I do both full time already. I love everything that I do, and that says a lot for somebody who's 28. I feel like there are a lot of people still at this age or younger who are still trying to figure out what they want, and.
That's totally normal.
But yeah, and it is totally normal. Some people are just a little bit further ahead than others, and that's okay. But I mean, like I said, I've been working since I was 9 years old, so I've always had that instinct. I've always had that work ethic, from my parents, put in me. I just
what
always.
What are we gonna do next?
What am I gonna do next to impress people? What am I gonna do next to put myself on the map? And I always put myself forward for others. I love to help out everybody. I've got a friend who just started a design company. She's like, I need photos of, I need to do models. I need to do photos. I'm like, I won't even charge you for that. I will help you out. It comes to that point. But I just love everything. That
in that regard. So if you have friends that are starting stuff, do you get fired up too?
I get so excited. You get so pumped up, so excited. I'm always I'm right there rooting on. This one this one wants to be in the radio industry. And so like I remember when we first started talking about it, I got so pumped. I was like, oh, I know this person, I know that person. Like I have one of my other best friends. I have so many best friends apparently. But one of my best friends, she's a radio personality. Yeah. And so I don't know if you remember Ashley Z. She was on 107.9 when it was 107.9. She left. Yeah, she left before it switched over to 106. But she actually was on the show with her a couple times. But when she told me she wanted to get into radio, I was like, oh yeah, Ashley can help you. Like, listen to these, go watch these YouTube videos. Like, listen to this podcast. Go listen to Ashley. Like, I was telling her all the things that she should do, and I was willing to help her out. But I'm always like willing to help my friends. I love seeing that. Like, I strive off of that. Like, I love it. I
think it's sometimes when I do it, it drives people crazy sometimes where they're like, I don't really want to do this anymore. Because I'm just like, I love seeing people create something from nothing. I love seeing that.
I love being a part of it too. Just knowing that, like, I have a good buddy of mine. I was his best man in his wedding last year.
Oh, cool.
Best woman. But me and him, we met when I was working for an office back in Fair Oaks. It was a real estate office. He actually reached out to me on Facebook. We didn't know each other. We just knew each other from Facebook, and he was a DJ. Yeah. And so we had that connection already. And so he reached out to me one day and was like, I really want to get into real estate. I said, come into the office tomorrow. I'll introduce you to this person. We'll get you started. Yeah. Came in the next day, and then the next thing you know, he's already signing up for his classes and already working with the team. Wow. And then I look at him now, and he's mentoring other people. He's teaching other people. Wow. Like, he's teaching technology. Like, he has come such a long way, and it's so awesome to watch that, because he's probably one of the first people I've really, like, I guess, mentored in a way, or like gave him that foot in the door. And so it's just it's so exciting to see that. It's so awesome. Exciting. It makes me so happy to see my friends, like, be successful like that. It's crazy, because I look at them like, you're going to all these crazy places, you're traveling, like, you're teaching all these people, like, stuff that I was like, it's just crazy. It's exciting.
It's just nice when someone just,
it's a proud mama moment for me.
Like you help, like, usher in, like, a whole different thing that he was doing.
Like, there are people who helped me get to where I'm at. Like, I did not get where I'm at without any help. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I struggled a lot. Like, did I want to do it on my own? Yeah, because I'm a stubborn ass. And I mean, I'll take your advice if I'm going to, whether or not I listen to it, I don't know, but we'll just go with the flow. So, but I did not get to where I'm at without all those people who helped me. Right. Like, the friend at the time that I worked for, helped her open up her business and ran her DJ company. Unfortunately, we're not friends anymore, but I would never regret where we were at, because without her, I wouldn't be where I am with DJing. I actually wouldn't have gotten as far in, like, the real estate, like, with work ethic, like, all the experience and stuff she gave me. I probably wouldn't have any of that without her. Right. So it's just nice. It's nice to be a part of that, to be that person who helps somebody. Yeah. Like, just know that you're doing something. Yeah. Like, you're not just helping yourself, like, you're helping others. So it's a good feeling.
No, for sure. And, like, you're part of building something, and you can take that with your legacy as far as, like, building stuff. Like, you learned a lot, and that helped you get to...
Yeah, you learn a lot. You taught somebody something, but it's, like, nice to, like, sit back. Like, you don't have to, like, throw it out there. Like, there are some people who are like, oh, yeah, I helped them. Like, that was all me. Like, right, I don't like to be that person. I just like to, like, be the one who sits back and watches, and just, it's, like, a proud... I'm, like, thinking to myself, I was a part of that. Like, saying it to myself, like, that, it's just a good feeling.
You just let the work speak for itself. You don't
exactly.
Need to be, I'm always like, people are always surprised when people are like that. I think that they're, I don't brag about what I do, and I get to tour all over the States and stuff like that. Like, and to me, that's just like, that's what I love to do. I'll
brag a little bit. Like, with DJing, I will brag a little bit, and I say that because I don't want to be that person right now, but I'm going to be. But, like, when it comes to DJing, there is a thing with females DJing. Oh, right. That's what I'm getting at. And I don't want to be that female who's like, yeah, women empowerment. It's awesome. I'm not trying to knock on anything. Right. But it's come such a long way. And I look at the female DJs in our area out there in Sacramento, and you've got some really awesome ones like Lady Kate, like she's the Sacramento Kings DJ. That's awesome. I'm totally name dropping too today. Dude. So shout out to everybody. Yes. But like watching her do the nightclubs and the Sacramento Kings stuff, like that's really awesome. Like that's just great to see that there are females putting their name out there. And then I get people who come up to me and they're like, it is so cool to see a female DJ like doing this and that. Like there's not a whole lot of us that do the private events. Mm-hmm. I don't see a lot of, so it's really cool to like be a part of that. Yeah. And I remember DJing a graduation party for one of my clients 2 years ago for her son. And it was one of their little cousins. It was a set of twins. Their dad came up to me. This is when I was asking if it's okay for me to cuss, but no, go ahead. But he was like, he came up to me and he goes, it is so fucking awesome to see a female DJ doing her thing. He's like, I cannot tell you how amazing it is for my 2 girls to see you up here doing your thing. And that like made it all like, it was everything to me getting that compliment.
Yeah, that's a great feeling to know like you're
so good to feel that. So when I get those compliments, like, yeah, I'm going to brag just a little bit. Just a little, rightfully so.
Totally. And that is, like, that's the one thing, I really noticed about you is, like you're hustling. It's not like just oh, she's a DJ. I was like, wait, no, she's doing a lot more than that.
Doing a lot more, yeah.
I'm inspired. I get inspired by people that do a lot because I think I'm crazy because I do so many different things. And that's kind of the purpose of this podcast is just to like talk to people that do all kinds of different stuff because I like to feel like I'm not like too crazy.
Yeah, people like look at me and they're like, even like my mom was like, are you gonna stay home for once in your life? Like you need rest. I'm like, I'll sleep when I'm dead, I guess.
Yeah, like you're
like this last week I went to Tahoe on Wednesday, not really worked, more party that night, and then worked all day Thursday, and then as soon as we were done with our conference, I went straight from Tahoe straight to work in Roseville at the bar. And then I ended up taking Friday off, and then going from there, supposed to work 3 hours on Friday and then leave for Nashville. And everyone's like, when are you going to sleep? Like, I guess I'm going to sleep on the flight, you guys. Like
I've learned to sleep on the flight. Like I used to hate airplanes and didn't ever want to sleep. Now I'll pass out immediately.
Like I have vertigo. I have vertigo and I have really bad anxiety. So like it's always something's gonna happen. Either it's gonna happen or it's not. Thankfully, it didn't happen on my way out here. Like, I actually slept for once on a flight.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be saying. A friend of mine said that I never met someone that had anxiety so bad on an airplane that they had to stop it like that.
Oh,
like they turned back around. He's like, this one guy was so pissed at me so much that they kicked him off the flight and like. Oh man! I
remember my first trip. That's funny. My first trip out here.
I shouldn't have said it.
Sorry, not sorry.
Now I'll know if he's listening or not.
If he's listening, now you'll know if he's listening to your podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, no. My first trip out to Nashville. I remember my anxiety was so bad, and my vertigo. It was my vertigo that got to me, and there's medication that I would take to help with it. And so, like a dumbass, I left my medicine in my suitcase that I checked in, so I didn't have anything to help, and I was panicking, freaking out. I was sitting in like somewhere in the middle of the plane, and the flight attendant, she was so sweet. There was like, thankfully. With my luck, there wouldn't have been, but thankfully there was a seat open up front. So she had me, like, she moved me up to the front, cool. Where she can kind of keep an eye on me and, help me out if I needed anything. But yeah, it was more spacious for me. But yeah, it was bad. It was terrible. Like it was to the point where I literally had to take my head and put between my legs the whole flight because I was freaking out that bad. And my ears were just going off and yeah.
But this time wasn't that bad.
No, actually, since then, it hasn't been too bad. I've been able to control it nicely and, keep it at a certain level.
Do you fly a lot for the other businesses or is it just mostly based?
Just mostly based when I come out to Nashville. I did go to Chicago in August.
Oh, cool.
God, that's such a beautiful city.
It is a great city.
That doesn't top off Nashville, though. I'll tell you that.
Nashville's still number
Nashville's
one,
got my heart. We just went and got tattoos.
That's right. You
And
guys, the three tattoos.
Yeah, so we got a tattoo is specific for Nashville, but also like for us three because I met them out here, and they're literally the reason why I come out here. But yeah, this one over here, Amber was not gonna do it, and I was like, I'll pay for it.
Like,
Can't pass that up. Can't say no to that. So yeah, no, we all ended up. That's why we were late.
Oh no,
because we were busy getting tattoos, Nashville tattoos. But yeah, I don't travel too much. I try to.
Yeah.
I wish I could travel more, but yeah,
But Nashville seems to be one of those.
Nashville, I will always come out here every year. I will always come out here.
What is it about the city? Is it just why do you like it? I guess.
So, I always thought I would live in a big city, but then I got to all the big cities. I'm like, this is cool, but I'm not a big city kind of girl.
Like New York. Or
yeah, I could not do that. It's too crazy for me. My anxiety would even like working at Owl Club sometimes when it gets too busy in there, I'm like, oh, deep breaths. Thankfully, I have my own booth. Got a glass of water. Like, nice, I'm good. Yeah. So coming out to Nashville, like I grew up in a small town. I grew up in Yuba City, California, also known as many other things. Oh, yeah. Yuba Shitty, Yuba Duba.
Yeah, Yuba Duba.
Yuba Duba.
I have heard that. Yeah.
Yuba, somebody, was it, who said it? Camille. Yeah, she was like, Ubosity. Ubosity. I thought that was so funny. I was like, that's actually a new one. I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, someone was like, Yuba. Like, Yuba what?
Yuba what? Yeah.
Like, what?
So I grew up out there. So I've always just been a small town girl, but I love the big city feel. But coming out here and just like going to Broadway or like seeing how close everything was from like compared to where they live, I'm like, yeah, this has music. It's got real estate. It's got small town feels with the big city. Mm-hmm. I can do this.
Yeah,
I loved it. It was just so chill. Like I did not have any anxiety coming out, like being out here. I got home from my first trip. My mom was picking me up, and so I kind of help out my family or whatever. And so I remember she was picking me up from the airport. She goes, "So how was it?" I'm like, get your shit together because I'm going to move out here and I don't think I can help you when I do that. So I love you, but Nashville literally stole my heart. So shout out to Nashville and everybody here. Lauren and Amber.
No, it's a great city.
It is. It really is.
I came here about 7 years ago on tour and, I don't know. There's just something about the vibe.
Something about it. Like, my first trip, I think I was at her long enough to do all that touristy stuff. And like people always like, why are you going to Nashville? I'm like, to party and to see all my friends out there. And because I love that place, like I don't want to go do all the touristy stuff. I got that out of the way my first trip. Yeah, so it worked out perfectly. Now I just come out to party with everybody. And we actually were celebrating her birthday. So it just like, it was fun this weekend. Yeah. It seemed really short. It seemed shorter than usual. I'm usually out here for like, I think a good full like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. But and that's like part of the environment. It's like, you're just always out. There's so much stuff to do and good places to visit, good food places. I mean, there's just.
The food places. If you come out here, go to Hattie B's. We went there today.
Oh yeah.
I'm sad I couldn't do that. I couldn't really eat a whole lot of the hot chicken, but.
Was it too hot? Which level did you get?
Mild. Was it mild? Medium.
Just okay.
Medium.
Yeah, that has a kick.
Yeah, so not a fan. Not that I'm not a fan of spicy. I just can't handle it. But
what was that spot? You guys remember? Was it the trailer park place that used to be the? Yeah, like they used to have a hot chicken. And I was like, I'm gonna get one of the, and it's like, you can't even eat it. It's so hot.
Yeah,
I was trying to be tough and like with friends around. I was like. Taking bites, like just
I'm okay with admitting I can't do spicy. I'm totally fine with admitting that. But Hattie B's was great. I'm a big fan of peach cobbler, and I did the peach cobbler with the ice cream. So good. Like I was telling them, peach cobbler is my jam. My mom, like when she'll make my birthday cake, I'm like, you can do peach cobbler, no birthday cake. Thank you very much. Throw that in there. Yeah. So Hattie B's. What else? Daddy's Dogs, outside of Winners and Losers.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you guys, if you come out here, you're going to end up going to Winners and Losers. Go to Daddy Dogs. Yes. Kung Fu. Okay, so Kung Fu is a really like my favorite bar to go to because it's like Owl Club, how it's really chill. Like not everybody is a dancing. You're chilling, you're drinking, like you're just like hanging out with everybody. It's very laid back. And then my absolute favorite, and I think I've raved about these two specific things to everybody. And actually everyone in Owl Club knows what it is now because of me.
They know if they come here, that's...
So the one that they know of is the green tea shooters or shot.
Right.
I'm a Jameson girl. I love my whiskey, my Irish Jameson. Whiskey. So that is literally all I will drink. Like ever since I was introduced to the green tea, that is what I will have. Thanks to Lauren. This one right here, it's her fault. I'm very happy about it though. Like that's fine.
So it's Jameson. Is that like the base of it, or is it?
So it's Jameson, peach schnapps, sour, Sprite.
Okay.
I actually like to add a little bit of orange juice to it, and it's so good. It's amazing. But like I can't even take a regular Jameson shot now because I'm just like all about the green tea.
Let's get the green tea.
Yeah, just give me the green tea, you guys. Like, and now they make it as a drink for me, so I'm like, yes. Thank you.
You got your signature cocktail.
Yeah. Should just call it the DJ Ness.
Yeah, you should, right? Like an Owl Club could do that. Come on, Owl Club.
Brandon, Jared.
Brandon's going to be on the podcast and I'll tell him. I'll be like, hey, so crazy idea. I'm
going to just send him the link. Hey, listen to this. Shouted you out a few times. But the other one that Amber was just saying is Two Boots Pizza. If you guys were watching...
5 Points? Wait, no, where is that?
No, it's across from Kung Fu.
Like right across the street.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So pizza's my jam.
A lot of pizza here.
A lot of pizza. Two Boots is amazing. Like our tradition is as soon as I get in from my flight, it's Two Boots Pizza, and then we go to Winners and Losers for a green tea shooter. Like that's how I get welcomed into Nashville.
That's a great spot to... Those
perfect way to come to Nashville.
Yeah, I mean that's where like I feel like a lot of people start. When they're coming here, even as musicians and stuff. It's always in that little
area, yeah.
Like, and they end up at Red Door afterwards, and like everyone's just hanging out.
But Two Boots Pizza, you guys, it's so good. My jam. If you guys looked at my Instagram this weekend and saw that nice juicy
what's
pepperoni.
That place? The Cronuts. What's it? 5 Daughters or something like that. Cronuts. Croissant donuts.
So there's something that you guys didn't tell me that I had to... Just kidding.
Next time. Now you got to come out.
Next time. Well, hopefully next time I'm actually living here. Who knows?
I always get my mom came out here and she had that place and was like, make sure you bring some. So she texts me like the night before I'm coming back every time.
I just wish...
Make sure you go.
I wish that Two Boots would like ship. Like there's a deep dish place in Chicago that was amazing, and I found out that they actually can ship pizza to you. I'm like, so Two Boots, you gonna step up your game or?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be
holler
great.
at your girl if you get to that point.
That's true. Yeah, no, I mean, like there's so much. There's pizza everywhere. There's like one down the street right here. It's really good. That's what I love about it. There's. You can have your drinks and stuff, and then you can pretty much
soak up all that alcohol with the pizza.
I love that. There's only one food I will say I'm not sure about here is the Mexican food. It's not. I don't know if
Chuy's is really good.
Oh, Chuy's is good.
We didn't go to Chuy's this time, but normally we hit up Chuy's when I'm out here, and that's the only Mexican food I've had. Yeah, but it's so good out here.
Yeah, so get us together, Nashville, with that. I want some good. No, it's
Step
just
up your Mexican food.
Yeah, my Mexican. Well, because one of my good friends, Chondo, runs Chondo's back home.
Chondo's, yeah. Oh my God, they're amazing. I'm actually DJing an event coming up soon,
cool.
and they've got Chondo's. It's a wedding, and I was just talking to her the other day, and she goes, "Yeah, we're gonna have Chondo's." I'm like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like I tell him all the time, you got to get out to Nashville. I think you would kill if you were just in the right spot in Nashville. Like you would totally. I mean, there's some good spots here.
There's another spot out there too. Sorry, like I feel if I cut you off, tell me. I'm sorry. I get excited.
This is Taco Talk now, so
it's Taco Talk.
Anything's going right now.
I am not Mexican, and I feel like I say this like I am such a Mexican, but pinche tacos.
Oh yeah, of course we got to give him.
You gotta give Alex a shout out.
Yeah,
like
he's great.
I can't get to Chondo's a lot because it's downtown. I don't go downtown often, but I always try to make it into Owl Club early on the nights that I'm working when they're there, because that's the only time I'll be able to get pinche tacos. Yep. And I literally just had it 2 times in 1 week, and I was like, I need more. Like, just they're so good. Shout out to Alex.
No, he does actually a really good job. Like
such a good job.
With his stuff. I mean, that's what I want here.
They need more
Nashville.
of that.
That's what I'm saying.
They need more of Chandos and pinche tacos.
Yeah, he definitely needs to come out here to Nashville. But yeah. that's my one gripe, just because he's so authentic with everything. It's good. Well, it sounds like you guys got to get.
I got a flight to catch at 7:10.
That's right. Yeah, that's.
So I wanted to make sure I keep looking at my wrist.
No, we're good.
I have
we're
my
right
watch on.
We're right on time.
Are we?
So,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. But yeah, thanks for coming on.
No,
and
thank you so much for asking me to be on here.
Yeah,
and then these two, thanks for letting them tag along.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, just highlight everything you're doing. And
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, safe travels, and
thank you.
I'm sure I'm going to be back this week, so maybe I'll see you around there.
I'll see you. I'm there Thursday and Friday, so come on in.
Yeah.
Drink something. Green tea's on me.
That's right. Green tea. That's right. I got to try it. The DJ Ness signature.
Yes.
Green tea. That's
right.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.